Hello, good evening, and welcome once again. I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and this is Midweek Makings. It's Wednesday, so I'm down at the bench to do some makings of things. Without further ado, I shall go down and show you what it is that I'm going to be doing. I've got a couple of things that I've started on and then gave up because of my eye problems. I'm not quite back with working eyes yet. One of them's mostly okay, but the other one's not great. Hopefully, it's good enough for me to get back to this. We'll find out. This is a thing that I started, the Justice Guard AK-47 assault rifle from Rocker. It's a wooden kit. If you're unfamiliar with these builds, then I'll give you a little bit of a background on them anyway. But we'll go down to the bench and have a look and see what's what. Tasia is here as well. We'll say hello to and get her back in the loop and let her know what's going on. Hello, good evening, Tasia. How's things?
Good evening, Chris. I'm doing great, thanks. How about you? How's your evening going?
Not too bad. We are streaming live. It's Midweek Makings time again.
Nice. What are you working on tonight? Is it the InSun 8039 robot build?
No, I think we finished that. We are doing something from Rocker, the Justice Guard AK-47 wooden assault rifle.
Oh, that sounds so cool. How's it going so far?
I started it a long time ago when I couldn't see properly and gave up. So now I can see a little bit better. I'm digging out the build and getting back into it.
That's great to hear. It's awesome that you're picking it back up now that you can see better. How's it feeling to work on it again?
Yeah, well, I'm just about to start, but I'll come back to you and see how things are towards the end, all right?
Sounds good. Have fun with the build, and I'll be here if you need anything. Enjoy!
Right, there we go. So Tasia is here in the background in case she's needed. Let me just pause the video that's going on there because we don't need that. Gemma's letting me know audio and video are good. Thank you. Agnes is here as well, asking who's Chris. That would be me. Gross Models is just my alter ego. It's not my real name, funnily enough. But so this is what I'm building today. It's completely wooden, except for some metal bits. So yeah, I don't remember anything about it other than I had trouble finding the bits, so I gave up on it. It's got a removable clip, a sliding ejection module, a fire selection system, and it's 7.62mm caliber, capacity of 10 pieces, bullets 50 pieces. I don't know what that means. Fire or burst fire. I mean, I assume it'll only hold 10 at a time, but they give you 50, maybe. I'm not entirely certain. But it's going to end up looking like that. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be finished in one stream. It's a bit more than that to do this. So I'll see where we've got to and go from there, basically. So this is what I had sitting on my shelf. I assume that's sort of the barrel and that's sort of that bit. And that bit was just sort of on there like that. Or like that. Or somewhere around. I can't remember exactly where it was now. But now these kits basically come like this on lots of wooden sprues that I remember now. I put letters on them bolder because it's just down the little bottom here and I really couldn't see that. But so we've got these. Obviously I've taken several pieces off already. Got a couple of bits in different colour as well, like a mahogany type thinner wood. That one, it's all flexible. So yeah, lots of different bits. Some bits already loose. Are they off of a bit there or not really? Not entirely certain where they've come from. But yeah, so this is what I've got. They came off of there by the looks of it. They'll be there-ish. Yeah, so these are laser cut. So all the parts on there are pre-scored. You just need to push them out. They often need a little bit of sanding just to make them fit together better and look nicer. But it shouldn't be too difficult. Now this one also comes with a tray of stuff A couple of other bit. Oh, looks like I've already made that bit as well. Got the sandpaper, which we'll need. It's also got, I don't know, some plastic parts there, which we might need later. We've got some metal springs and stuff, a little sanding board, a few screws. That's interesting. It's unusual in these. But yeah, I didn't go through any of this before coming live. I think I stole the wax for something else. Hopefully I've still got some around, because you're going to need to lubricate some parts. And I think we're going to need some springs in the next parts. The instructions for these are nice pictorial sheets, which are huge. So there we go. That's what we've got here. So yes, it looks like I did step 1 and then gave up. Wax the grey parts with Remind. Polish the parts with sandpaper. Right, so I'm going to need to track down some wax. I definitely had some, because I didn't throw any away. But where I put it is the next question. I'll keep it in one of my handy cups. It's not in that one. I think I've just been dumping screws in this one. It's not in that one. I should have prepared a little bit better before the stream, but I decided to do this sort of last week when I thought that would be a good thing to make, but then completely forgot that I might need to find bits from it. So let me let me clear this out the way for a minute. Get that down there. I didn't remember until just now that I'd stolen bits out of the pack for doing the other thing. I'll put it in there. It's just a little block. It's probably in a little bag. Not in there. Let me check the other cup that I've got over there that I put things in. Very useful getting these cups from various part works for keeping tools in, and pens. So let me get my Ghostbusters one out from over here. Check what I've got in there. There we go. There's a bit. You had some somewhere. Right. Let's get those all back out of the way. So how is everybody? Anybody else live watching? I see Gemma and Agnes are about in the chat there, but anybody else want to come along, say hello? Let's put all of these back in there, because it's always good to keep all the extra stuff. And they sit behind the back of my screen over there, where I can get to them if I need them. To tape and stuff like that. Go, so that's what I need. That's what I don't need at the moment. Right. Organised again now. So hello, welcome back. The Bobbins has just come in saying hello. Hello, Bobbins, welcome. You missed what I'm building, so you'll figure it out. It's an assault rifle. So let's see what I've got. I have got my magnifying glasses there if I do need them. I'm sure I will need them down the line, if not pretty immediately. So let's have a look and see. This is like that on there. That's gone on there. Need to make sure that that bit was sanded. Let's just make sure that is properly sanded in there, because that's going to be a part that's going to be sliding up and down across there. So let's get that waxed as well. Along there. Right, so that goes over that one like that. And that's got a bit of movement to it. No, it hasn't. Maybe up and down movement. And that's sort of grey, so that's probably saying wax all of that, I should think. This is one of the more complicated wooden kit builds that I've done. So hopefully I can still figure out how to do it. That's gone on there. Okay. Then we need the springs. One, they're tiny springs. What have we got in here? There's one. And there's another one, black and a white. We put all the other bits back in. Lots of springs and bars and stuff for this. This is, yeah, fairly complicated. We've got multiples of a few of the springs, so I don't know if that's because we'll need them or because they expect you to lose them. We'll find out at the end. So I've got a black and a white spring. It says the black one goes at the front there. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out exactly where it's going to go. So apologies if you end up with just looking at the back of my head for a minute. E6, the black one, goes in there. At the end of the spring with the right into the groove, bottom closely. Do not leave a gap. That goes into there. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. And the white one goes into there. That's the thing. I understand that. That makes sense to me. No gap there. No gap. No gaps. Right. Okay. Yep. Right. Then I need some more parts. So I need D, 5, 6, 6, and 7. So let's get D. We've got A, B, C. Let's put them over there. What have we got on these big ones? What are these? F, E, D. There we go. Those are the big bits from D, which is what I want at the moment, but I don't want the big bits. I need 5, 6, 6, and 7. So there's 2 6s. There's 5. And I need a 7. And that big bit's coming out of there. That's going to escape. I'm going to leave that over there as well. There's a 7. Right, let's put that over there. Got some other bits on my lap down there, so I won't worry about them for now. Let's get rid of the rough edges where it wasn't quite cut all the way through. Obviously where you still need to be able to pop it out. No shell off tonight. I wonder where Mark is. This is the trigger assembly. There we go. I recognise that bit. Don't know anything about guns apart from that, but there you go. So that is that. Printed side, right? Oh yeah, because it's got like a triggery picture on there. That's that. Right, so it's saying lubricate all the inside of this. Okay. And that's going on there. Oh, I've got to make a thing first. 7 goes through 6. And then through that, there. And then the other 6 goes on the other side. Okay, let's add some more lubrication to that because that's going to slide, I'm sure. That's definitely going to slide across something. Right, and this whole thing's going to slide. Well, it's got to slide because you've got to pull the trigger, isn't it? So that's going to go in there. Like that. Yes, that's going to fit in there. So that's going to do that. I can't figure out. And that's obviously going to do something up that end. And this is just where it's going to lock in place. But I'm not sure what that bit's going to do. That's going to sort of twiddle somewhere. I don't know. Not sure. So that was one. Was this all one down here? It's all in the same box. So it must be moving down to here. Yes, because 2 doesn't start till up there. So let's have a look. I'm going to need a little tube, a little bar. D8 and P10. Well, that was D. 8 is there. P10. F. E. And the big bits come out of these. Don't normally have trouble with bits coming off of these, but I don't know if it's because I started on it and put it away. Wouldn't imagine that would make any real difference, but you never know. Right, so what do I want? P10. I've got G. Not sure what H and I. Oh, P10 is a metal bit. P10 is one of these metal tubes. It needs to be 10 mil long. Which looks like one of them. That's the size of that. So okay, that's that. That's that. Need that other bit, that bit there. There we go. But first, let's get this bit sanded because there's a little nub sitting out the end of that. Right. So what is? Oh, this is some sort of like an assembly tool. So we've got to put that in there, and that will let us push this through there with it that way round. Okay. So that's going to let us get that in there the right amount. That's the thing. Okay. Then we need P7, which is a bigger spring. Not the biggest spring, just a bigger spring, which is one of these. Yes, one of those. Right. So let's figure out where that's got to go now then. This goes there. Oh, right. It goes to that spring. That way round. Yeah, that's the thing. And that goes into the end here. Okay, so now I can pull this back and the spring comes out, nearly takes my ear off. I shall have to find that. Hopefully not before I need the other one, unless there was a spare one. I'm hoping there was a spare one. Right, so that goes in there. And if I put a finger over that, then I should be able to pull that. And it goes back forwards again. Okay, I understand that. And that bit, I'm not sure what that bit is. Is that, oh, that's probably where the ammo clip is going to go up, and that's going to be to release the ammo, maybe? Get that impression. Okay. Right, so the tool over there. Wax the grey parts on the back or the spring will make noises. F8. Is that one of these bits? No, not one of the big bits that I've got there. F. H, I, G, H, and I. No, so F was one of these. E, F. There we go. F is a big bit. F8. 9. 8 is a big other side of trigger arrangement. Good. Rid of that for now. So how are you all? Are you doing well? Myself and Gemma have started watching Obi-Wan earlier on. We've seen a couple of episodes of that now. I have seen it all before, but she hasn't. So it's all news to her. I think she quite enjoyed it. Right. So that's that. That's got to go on over the top of that. It says to wax the inside of that where the spring is, where it'll make noises. And here. So that's the outside of that. I've got to do the inside of that. Okay, and also I've done the insides of those, so I don't need to worry too much about that. So that will go on all of those. That one, that one, that one, and that one at the end. Do remind me at the end that I've got a bit to find, or I might completely forget. Let's go back in there. I'll get that lined up in there now. There we go. That's working against that spring. Good. Right, so now that should work. Yep. Nice, and that should do that as well. Good stuff. Yeah, that feels like a mechanism now. It's working. I'm going to do this for a bit just to ease it in, because all of these wooden things you can build and they'll work fine, but then after you've been using it for a little while, they'll start to seize up a little bit. So it's always worth making sure everything works. Obi-Wan Kenobi's okay, but I still prefer the Mandalorian at the moment. Well, that finished, so you can't prefer that anymore because it's done. I know I dropped something. I don't know where it is. It's over behind me somewhere. We'll find it later. Don't worry. Thank you. That was Katie just offering to come and find a thing. But yeah, I need to turn all the lights on and get everything sorted for that. So I'm not worried about that at the moment. So there we go. Yeah, that's smooth enough in there now. Good. Right. What's this mean? At the end of this spring with a groove and closely, do not leave a gap. All right, another spring. Another black one. And D, 9, 10, and 11. So let's get D. 9, 10, and 11. 8, 9, and 10. And there's 11 as well. Good. Okay, that's that. Right, and I need another one of the little black springs. There's one. Right. So let's figure out. It says pay attention to the orientation. So that goes into the middle of that. Right up in, held in place there. Good, right. And these go onto that. That's going to be that way round, and that's going to be 9 that way, facing that way. That's the same going that way. They're all lubricated. Whatever this bit is, no idea what this bit is. Going into there, with them going up that way. Right, okay. There. That doesn't feel right. It feels too tight. Let's get some lubrication in all of that. So that engages a little something down there. Don't know quite what yet. Is that way around? It was that way around, yeah. Yeah, that's sort of in there, but I'm sure that needs a 20mm bar. That'll be one of them. I believe. Oh, bigger one than that. Maybe one of them. Oh, there's more than 20. Ah. Try another one. That'll do. There's that one. I'll put those two back in there. Right, so what happens with this? It does just go in there. That's got to go all the way through. Doesn't hold in there very well. Oh, I've got to put a B9 on each end. That's the little little washery things. Where did I put them? Did I even get them out yet? Still in the box. There we go. Yeah, these are little, I've used these on different builds. They're little tight fitting plastic washer caps that hold bars in place. One. And a second one. Right, keep that over there. Now it's open. One of them on each side of that to hold that together. How's that looking? Mark's made it in late. Have you got a note? Coming in late. Ah. So that gets pulled down when this gets pulled. So is that what's going to actually cause it to fire? Pretty cool. It's doing things. It's all I could really hope for. Okay. Then we're going to need D14. Uh, 14. Oh, it's tiny. Right next to a few other ones that are quite even smaller. Hopefully they're not going to come out. No, it looks like 13 is going to come out as well. It's attached to 14. Going to end up with lots of little bits. Luckily, they've got the names printed on these tiny pieces, so I should be able to identify them next time. Dorcosaurus is also in. Welcome. Hello. Haven't seen you for a little while. Right, so this has got to go in there that way around. In there and push it out there. Oh, then I'll need 13 anyway, so that's okay. Thing goes in above it and wedges that in place. That's down there. Not entirely certain what that does, but it does a thing. Okay. Then we need D12. Is that one of these big pieces? 35, 21. Let's have a look. D12 is a long bit. Looks like 32. No, I think it's this bit. Looks like that, and it's got D12 written on it, so I'll have that bit. Oh. So how are you all doing? It seems that I'm capable of reading the instructions and doing this, even though it might need more magnification than I used to. But it's nice to know that it's possible. Right, so this needs lubrication. I'm there. Let's get closer again. That's that way round. Talking about this area here. And this is going onto there. Top of that? No, yes. That and that going on at that and that. Okay. Isn't it? That means sanding. Accidentally leaning on the keyboard, which won't do any good if it starts to disconnect things. Let's take that back off there a minute. Has that had a little sanding icon there as well, so I'm assuming it might mean that edge. I'm going to do the other side as well because it's pretty much symmetrical. So if I do something for one side, it's going to mean doing it for the other, isn't it? Okay, so that's that. Let's get that on there then. Okay, and that still works for that. Good stuff. Then we need 2 more tiny springs. No, I put this down the other way up. Let's put it on the right way, so I'm working on the right half. Right, did that. That's what I was doing. Right, then we need 23 and 30. That was the other 2 bits that came off first, I think. 23 and 24. Don't want 24. 30. Wax on, wax off. No, just wax on. No off. D. 30. What does it look like? Funny shaped bit. Yep. Not one of these, is it? No. Not those bits. 30. There we go. Down there. Okay, that's that, and that. 2 more tiny springs. Black and a white. I've got there 2 blacks. Don't need 2, only need 1. Put the other one back in there for now. Although probably going to have to do the same on the other side. So, right, so that is this bit. No, wait, I was looking at the springs from the first side that I didn't need. So I don't need them. Done that bit. This is going to go onto there. This one goes on the back. That bit on there. Yeah, that lines up with all of that. So that's good. and that's going to be rubbing against that. So let's make sure that's nice and sanded. And waxed. That's going on there. Yeah, see, that's starting to jam up, but that's just going to mean a bit of wearing in, I think. That's what I was saying about everything. So, no, what I'm going to do is a little bit more sanding on that bit, especially on that inside edge. And then make sure it's properly waxed. Let's try that again. Don't think anything's going to rub on there. That bit that goes on there, so yeah, that's the only bit that might catch, would be that. Let's try that again. Still sort of catching, but that'll wear in, that's fine. Same on this side. This is going to go on that way round, on there like that. So it's this whole side down here. You're going to do the other side of that bit. And that's on there, like that. Right. Yep, that's going up and down on there properly. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Just figure out where we continue. That bit at the top there, right. It's quite nice just getting one page of instructions, but it's a bit of a pain the way they've printed it. It's sort of confusing format. So I need E4. It's not one of these things, is it? Yes, it is that one. E4. Make sure all of the edges are sorted. Get rid of the rough bits. Be careful of little bits like that. Right. That's going on that way round. I also need A37. Not quite as easy as Lego, this. 50, 37 is that little bit down there, I believe. Yep. All right. So what happens with that? Goes on to there. Pointing forward. Okay. Oh, there's a little room for another bar through there by the looks of it as well. That one goes through that one. That. Okay, so I'm going to wax the inside of this just in case that rubs against it, because that was the one piece that's a bit temperamental so far. That's going to come through there. And that gives us that side. Yeah, that's working. Okay. D34. 32, 35, 34. Pretty sure 35 is going to come out as well, yeah, because they're both basically attached to each other. All right, and this is going across there. It's got lumbers on there, so one big bit in for 1, 2, so it goes in and for, oh yeah, because it's got a little J hook on it. That's going in there, and then forward, and then that can go in. Okay, yeah, that works. Right. Check. Pull the trigger and move the brake to the lower end of the slot. Yes, release the trigger and return to the original position. If it cannot be reset, check whether the reset spring is assembled. Yeah, that's what I've been doing all along. It's not quite going up, but it mostly is. So again, that's just going to mean a little bit of playing with it to make sure it goes back up properly. Because that's going to, something's going to catch against that, and that's going to make it go forward. And then it will return to stop, whatever. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. I want to do the other side, but no, we're not going to do the other side. We're going to continue doing these bits. Returning all of the time. I think that's just a case of it needing to wear in a little bit. It's certainly returning most of the time. But something's just going to be needing a little bit of wearing in. That'll be fine. So let's continue. Let's do step. That was only step 1. All of that, all last time, and this one. Mark says, "Oops." Why did you say oops? What did I do wrong? I don't think I did anything wrong. I'm sure everything's all okay. I need F5, P10, F5. I know P10 is one of the 10mm ones. F5. The F5 is just a little round thing. Then. Okay, that's that. Then we need another bar, another 10mm bar. Looks like one of them. It is indeed one of them. Again, need that to put it together. That in there. And then push that through from the other side. Ooh. Not with that coming off though. Try that again. There we go. Through there with that in the middle. Good. Right. Going to lubricate the hell out of that, because that's definitely going to be spinning around somewhere. Okay. Right. Then we need more things. What do I need? Oh, quite a lot. P4. P4. That's one of these things, isn't it? That plastic bit. There it is. Must be that. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be P4. Yeah, you can see that shaping on there. Right, B6 and B12. B6 and 12. 7. 6 is there. 12 is there. Did you find the bit you dropped yet, as you may need it? Not yet, I haven't looked yet. I'm not going to be looking for that on stream. It's over behind me somewhere, so. If I need it, I'll stop the stream. I'm going to be stopping the stream before I need it anyway. And I'm pretty sure, judging by where that first one went, it's sort of central. I don't think you're going to be needing it. But yeah, we'll find out. Thank you. B6, B12. Right, B6, B4 goes through that. And then goes into that. And that then goes onto that. Okay. Then I need another B6 and B12. They're up there. Another B6. 12. Here are the edges from those. And F6. BC. F is one of these big ones. There we go. F5. F6. There you go. Don't know what this bit is. What this assembly is. Safety, maybe? Oh no. Let's see. That's that. So that's got to go on top of. Going to go on there. F6 goes on that way round. On there. And that's going to go on the top again. Like that. With that on there. Okay, so that's a twiddly thing. That's that. Lubricate these. And I already lubricated the other twiddly thing, so that's okay. Right, and then I need D19 and 20. D 19 and 20. So how is everybody? Is this the sort of thing that you would like me to continue doing? It's obviously a thing that I've been doing before, but I think I might be having to get closer to it than I used to. So hopefully you're not just looking at the back of my head all of the time. I don't know, can you still see enough of what's going on to make it a worthwhile stream? Isn't it there? Right, so that's another sort of sub-assembly for that. Move that out of the way there as well. That was extra so far. Right, that's all that. Then I'm going to need F and a P19. Well, it's a different plastic bit. Or is that the big bar? That might be the big metal bit. Big metal bit. It's the only thing that I've got that looks 19-ish. Let's check that out. There's got to be a key somewhere, like a contents page. There you go. P19, a counterweight. Yeah, there you go. Right. So I still need F1, 18 and 19. FBF, there we go. 1, 19 and what was that? 1, 18 and 19. There's one. There. 7, 18 and 19 down the bottom there. Can see what you're doing, so yes, carry on with builds like this. Sal's in. G'day Sal. G'day Chris, at all he says. From the down underland. Welcome. Are you able to make it because I'm a bit later than normal? Does that make it a bit later for you, a bit earlier for you? I can never keep track of what's going on there. All right, so that's that. So I still need that. So that's 1. 18 goes on the end of that. That goes in it. It's a tight fit. Probably a good thing. And that goes on there like that. Okay. D22 is not D21. I need D22. Okay, not D21. D22, I can't find. 1 and 2. 22. That bit there, not 21. Not the same. Figured they were not the same, judging by the different numbers that they've got. I'm going to need 21 in a second though. Right, so let's check this is the right way round. Wait, what? 22. That way round. Right, so we've got the first bit that we did go in there like that. And that goes in there like that. And that Goes in there and there. That. And that. Get the right way around like that again. Okay, that does the thing. And I do need 21. It's falling out. At least it won't when I get this in place. One goes on there. That goes. Right, no, I've done that bit wrong now. I think. Yes, that's twiddled itself around while I wasn't looking. I think. That way round, and that's that way round. Okay, there's a thing. It's 5 a.m. and I woke up for no reason. There's always reason. I'm here. That's a reason. Might not be a good reason, but it's definitely a reason. Yeah, because I've started this stream a little bit later than normal, an hour later than normal, to match up with the rest of the week streams that start at this time. So at least you didn't wake up at 4 a.m. Right, so that's that. Pay attention to the orientation of this. The curvature of that needs to go in that way around. Through there. D18. Okay. That's got that in there. Got to come this side. Going to come into that? It does. It comes all the way down into that bit. Okay. And then that goes into the top bit. It's getting there. Yep, that's the thing. Wax the grey parts. With remind, the protrusion must be waxed. What's this? What is this bit? I don't know. I can't tell what this bit is. This must be the bit that sort of shuttles backwards and forwards when you pull the trigger. I can only assume. Right. And it says, check the waxing. The protrusion edge must be waxed. Wax the upper and lower sides, wax the edge. And then get D15. the 15 needs to go on the end. That way round goes upwards. Okay. I have no idea where that goes or what that does. And the next bit looks to be quite complicated as well. So I'm going to call that a night there. While I'm still awake and figuring out what's going on. I shall make a note that I've got as far as that. Okay, so next week I should return and start section 3. But before we put this away, let's figure out if I can figure out where that's going to go. It's the bit that you cock, isn't it? So this is going to go in there, maybe. Which side do you cock it? I reckon that's going to go over that bit. So that's going to go in there like that. And that's going to go forwards and back. And that's going to lock in place on there. So that would be push forward to fire. And somehow come back as well. I don't understand how the automatic bit's going to work. Unless it's just got to do with the weight. If the weight's going to be pushed forward and then sprung back. That is falling down into the thing as that goes forward as well. So that's got to be an active part of it, isn't it? So yeah, that's going to go there. That fits too nicely to not go there. And that's obviously the other side of it. Maybe not directly, but sort of about there at some point. I can't remember if there's anything else that goes in between. Yes, there is. There's that bit, basically. So that's going to go on that side. That on there. But not yet. Not yet. We've got to do other things in the internals first before we put that together. At least that's settled down and is working properly now. Good. Yeah, I'm quite happy with my progress from that. And quite happy that I can actually see to be able to do it. That was a little bit of rubbish. I'll get rid of that. So, yeah. Now, I'm happy with that. Are you lot happy with that? What do you think? How did it work? Is the stream worthwhile? Is Tasia's still there again? She's come back. I'll bring her back, but, just to say hello. So, there we go. It's cool that it's wood. Yes, I like these wooden kits are very good, and they're nice that they, function and do things. So this is one of the more complicated ones, but it seems to be coming together. So yeah, there we go. Let's bring Tasia back online and tell her that we're finishing for the night, because otherwise she'll get confused and lost, and she will never know what's going on. So. Hello, Tasia. I've finished for the night. It's coming together quite nicely.
That's great to hear. I'm glad it's coming along nicely. How did it feel to work on it again?
Actually, really good. And it's come together quite well and seems to be working properly as well for the little bit that I've done.
That's fantastic. It's always satisfying when everything fits together and works as it should. What's the next step for the build?
Next up, I'm going to find the spring that pinged off. But then when I come back to build it again next week, it's just continuing step 3.
The classic spring escape. Good luck finding it. I'm sure you'll have everything back on track next week.
That's the plan. Right. Thank you very much. Would you like to say goodbye to everybody while you're here?
Sure. Thanks for joining the stream, everyone. Have a great night, and see you next time.
Indeed. So thank you all for watching. I am back at the weekend, Saturday. Might be doing something a bit different on Saturday, so keep your eyes peeled, keep the updated, like and subscribe and all that. And I'll see you for more on Saturday. And then Katie is back on Sunday on Planet Humble. So thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.